Have you ever found yourself wondering if a girl is secretly into you but is holding back because she assumes the feeling isn't mutual? It can be tricky to decode subtle hints and unspoken signals, but the truth is, many girls won't openly express their feelings if they think you're not interested. Instead, they may show their affection in more indirect ways, hoping you'll notice the clues. This video is all about breaking down those signs and helping you uncover the truth. Does she go out of her way to spend time with you or ask you lots of questions to get to know you better? Maybe she compliments you in ways that feel thoughtful and personal, but still keeps things casual to avoid embarrassment. Or perhaps you notice small gestures like shy smiles, prolonged eye contact, or quick glances when she thinks you're not looking. Each of these moments could be her way of testing the waters without risking rejection. Stick around as we explore these subtle yet powerful signs so you can finally figure out if she's into you. Don't miss your chance to understand the signals and possibly take the next step. Things might be more hopeful than you realize. 1. Society's old school script. Be sweet, not obvious. Let's start with the big one, societal norms. For generations, women have been told, directly and indirectly, to play it cool. Traditional gender roles have long dictated that men are the ones who chase, while women are supposed to sit back, bat their lashes, and wait to be pursued like a Disney princess in a high tower. Even in today's world where women are CEOs, athletes, artists, and everything in between, those old messages still echo in the background. The unspoken rule? If she shows too much interest, she might come off as desperate, easy, or, gasp, too forward. So instead, she becomes a master of subtlety. A glance here, a playful tease there. Maybe she lingers near you, hoping you'll catch on. It's like a romantic scavenger hunt, and the prize is, well, her heart. The problem? If you're not picking up on those carefully planted clues, she assumes you're just not that into her. And boom, her inner romantic retreats into hiding faster than you can say, missed opportunity. Fear of rejection. The emotional landmine. Okay, here's the truth nobody likes to admit. Rejection sucks. Like, really sucks. And while both men and women feel that sting, many women have grown up with the idea that making the first move is risky territory. Not just because of social norms, but because the emotional cost feels higher. Imagine this. She puts herself out there, smiles a little longer, texts you first, maybe even asks you to hang out, and then gets hit with a, "Nah, I don't feel that way." Ouch. For a lot of women, the fear isn't just that you'll say no, but that it'll be awkward, embarrassing, or hurtful. So what do? They play it safe. They might test the waters in the smallest ways, hoping you'll meet them halfway. If you don't notice or respond, she'll interpret that as disinterest and retreat. Not because she doesn't like you, but because she'd rather protect her heart than risk being left hanging in the emotional wind. 3, she thinks you're out of her league. Yes, really. Here's something a lot of guys don't realize. Women get intimidated too. If she sees you as attractive, successful, funny, charming, aka a total catch, she might think, there's no way he'd go for someone like me. Maybe you're naturally flirty with everyone and she assumes it means nothing. Maybe you're confident and she's more on the shy side. Or maybe you're just a bit oblivious, no judgment, and didn't catch the signs she was throwing your way. In her head, she starts telling herself stories like, he'd go for someone prettier. He's probably not looking for anything. He just sees me as a friend. And with that, she tucks those feelings away, like secret love notes in a shoebox under her bed. 4, she's waiting for a signal. Newsflash, most women aren't mind readers. But when she likes you and suspects you don't feel the same way, she starts scanning for clues like she's analyzing surveillance footage. She's watching how you treat others versus how you treat her. She's looking for micro hints. Do you smile more around her? Do your texts have emojis, or are they just dry AF? If you're not giving her anything solid, she won't gamble. Instead, she waits, and waits, and waits. She's hoping for a clear sign, a compliment, a flirty message, anything to let her know you're interested. But if your vibe says, I'm just being nice, or totally friend-zoned, she's not going to risk making a fool of herself. And here's the kicker. She might start pretending she's over you just to save face. Ever notice a girl suddenly acting cool or distant after seeming super into you? Yep. That's a defense mechanism, not a change of heart. 5. She's been burned before. Let's talk past experiences. Some girls have put their feelings out there before and got nothing but ghosting, breadcrumbing, or straight-up rejection in return. That stuff leaves a mark. It makes them cautious, careful to not fall into the same trap twice. If she's been vulnerable with someone in the past and it blew up in her face, she might decide that, next time, she's keeping her cards close to her chest. So even if she really likes you, she's going to be on high alert. She'll watch for red flags. She'll hold back. Not because of you, but because of the emotional baggage someone else left her carrying. It's like emotional muscle memory. Once bitten, twice shy. 6. Cultural norms, the subtle art of proper flirting. Depending on where she's from or how she was raised, being direct about romantic interest might be a cultural no-no. In some cultures or family backgrounds, women are taught that being too bold is unladylike, immature, or even disrespectful. Instead, subtlety and modesty are emphasized. That means she might never say she likes you. She might never make the first move. Instead, she'll rely on indirect communication, body language, small favors, or casual compliments that leave just enough ambiguity to protect her from shame if it's not reciprocated. So while you're thinking, if she liked me, she'd just say it, she's over here thinking, if I liked him, I'd never say it. Different wavelengths, same romantic energy. 7. Introversion and shyness. Some girls are just naturally shy. Period. Not everyone is a flirty, bubbly extrovert who thrives on attention. Some women get nervous around someone they like. Their mind races, their words fumble, and they end up giving zero signs they're interested. When in reality, their heart's doing cartwheels every time you say their name. And here's the wild part. A shy girl will sometimes avoid you when she likes you the most. Not because she doesn't want to talk to you, but because she can't figure out how. So if she's quieter around you than with others, that might actually be your biggest clue. It's the romantic equivalent of stage fright. 8. She's testing the waters, and you failed the quiz, unknowingly. Some women use micro-tests to figure out where you stand. She might drop a hint or make a playful comment to see how you respond. If you're oblivious, or worse, give a lukewarm or indifferent response, she'll take that as a sign you're not into her. For example, she jokes, if we were dating, I'd never let you pick the movie. You say, good thing we're not dating then. She hears, he's not into me. Abort mission. She's not looking for you to confess your undying love, just a tiny signal that the door is open. And if she gets the vibe that it's not, she shuts hers too. 9. Emotional safety. She wants to feel chosen, not chasing. There's something deeply emotional at play here too. Many women want to feel pursued, not because they're playing games, but because it feels safe. It makes them feel valued, desired, wanted. When a girl likes you, but you're giving off just friends vibes, she won't push harder. She'll pull away, hoping you'll notice the space and step in. If you don't, she assumes the answer is no thanks, and moves on, even if it breaks her heart a little. In her mind, the ideal romance starts with you making the move, not her chasing after someone who doesn't even realize she's chasing. And that's why she hides her interest. It's a way to protect her dignity while still holding out hope. Signs she likes you but thinks you're not interested. 1. She keeps the conversation going. Think of it like volleyball. If every time you toss the conversational ball over, she enthusiastically whacks it back, she's probably more interested than you think. Girls who think you're not interested but still harbor a secret crush put a surprising amount of effort into keeping the dialogue alive. You've noticed it before, haven't you? Those moments when the conversation feels so easy, so natural, but also oddly endless. Like you were just casually talking about your favorite pizza toppings, and somehow it spiraled into her sending you a meme about pineapples on pizza 3 days later. Coincidence? Certainly not. Here's what to look out for. Her engagement stays sky high. Does she text you first? Maybe not. But would she ever leave your effort hanging? Absolutely not. She'll reply with energy, follow-up questions, and anecdotes that magically keep the dialogue flowing. You ask about her weekend plans, and suddenly she's telling you about her cousin's awkward wedding speech. Why? Because she wants to keep you talking. She remembers the last thing you said. Mentioned a lousy week at work? She'll ask how things are going the next time you chat. Complained about how you never win at trivia night. She might casually suggest teaming up the next time she sees you. It's not just small talk for her, it's curated care. Oh, and let's not forget the famous meme trade. If she's DMing funny, weird, or oddly specific memes at the most random times, take it as a sign. A girl who likes you and thinks you're unavailable knows that humor creates connection. And nothing screams, "Hey, notice me," like a perfectly timed, laugh-out-loud TikTok about introverts secretly falling for their extrovert opposites. Call it digital flirting. But why does she do this? Simple. She likes talking to you, and her not-so-secret mission is to make you like talking to her too. If you catch yourself suddenly laughing while reading an 8th message from her about a topic you thought was over, she's waving her metaphorical crush flag. 2. She finds excuses to be around you. Here's a question for you to ponder. If she conveniently runs into you everywhere from your favorite coffee shop to the gym, to places you casually mentioned only once in passing, is it destiny or someone very consciously orchestrating her location? Listen, girls can be smooth when the situation demands it. If she likes you but thinks you're treating her as just a friend, she'll make strategic moves to be near you without it registering as, obvious. This usually plays out in 2 ways. The public chance encounters. You love grabbing bagels every Saturday morning at that one bustling corner cafe? Surprise! She's suddenly craving bagels too. Sure, she lives 15 minutes away and has gluten sensitivity. The bagels definitely aren't her thing. But somehow, she's now a regular. Coincidences begin stacking up faster than a Netflix binge. She'll magically appear at trivia night or those BBQs hosted by mutual friends. And when you look surprised to see her, she'll play it cool like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing here?" When in her head, she's doing a victory dance for the semi-planned encounter. The private extensions. Even in groups, she'll always seem to linger back just long enough for a solo moment with you. Pay attention. Is she always the last to leave the social scene? When you notice her hanging back after everyone else politely bailed, she's 100% in linger mode. Whether it's a, "Wow, tonight was fun, don't you think?" or a casual, "Do you need help cleaning up?" She's scheming for one-on-one time. Maybe you've even noticed her subtle gravitational pull during group gatherings. Somehow she's often just there next to you. Oh, the game console's glitching while you're gaming with friends? Guess who's right there with troubleshooting tips? But why, you wonder, doesn't she just admit she wants to spend time with you? Well, because she's terrified of seeming clingy or obvious if she thinks you're not on the same wavelength. Instead, she covers her tracks under the guise of just being friendly. For a guy, this can be confusing, but here's the simple truth. If you suddenly feel like she's unintentionally turned into your shadow at brunches, happy hours, or gym sessions, it's not coincidence. She's interested, but she's scared you're not. 3. She notices small details about you. Now this one's a real gem. Nothing screams, "I totally have a crush on you," like remembering the niche, tiny, blink and you'd miss it details about someone. Why? Because when someone likes you, their attention goes on overdrive. For a girl who's harboring feelings but thinks you didn't get the memo, her observation radar is finely tuned. Suddenly, she's like Sherlock Holmes with matters involving you. She remembers dates and quirks. Mention one time that your dog's birthday is in June, and get ready for her to sweetly ask about the pup's party plans when summer rolls around. Told her that caramel lattes are your coffee order of choice? Next thing you know, she's chiming in with, "Caramel latte again today, I bet?" as you pull up to the group hangout. She recalls your stories like they're her own. Did you causally share your dream of hiking Mount Fuji someday? Weird how now she seems to coincidentally bring it up when suggesting vacation spots. Her memory practically has a running catalog of facts about you. She teases in all the right places. The ultimate crush giveaway? A charming mix of teasing and affection over the small, idiosyncratic things about you. Those funky socks you insist on wearing before big presentations? Expect her to tease, but lovingly mention them before your next big day. It's subtle, it's thoughtful, and it's totally her way of whispering, "I notice you." This is all powered by the trait anyone has during a crush. They're hyper-aware. Because when you genuinely like someone, every word they speak feels like it matters. Every interaction leaves a tiny imprint. She wouldn't store those small details unless she considered you worth treasuring. And if you're still wondering whether her attentiveness actually means anything, consider this. People fake smiles and politeness all the time, but you can't fake genuine interest. You just can't. 4. She gets nervous or fidgety around you. All right, let's paint a picture. You walk into the room and suddenly she starts twirling her hair like it holds the secret to world peace. She laughs a little too loudly at your corny joke, you know the one, adjusts her necklace 3 times in 2 minutes, or fidgets with her phone like it's a Rubik's Cube made of anxiety. Yep, my friend, that's not her just being awkward. That's her trying to keep it together because your presence has thrown her emotional compass into a delightful spin. When a girl likes you but assumes you're not interested, nervousness becomes her accidental tell. Think about it. If she were indifferent, she wouldn't be this self-aware around you. She wouldn't second-guess whether she's standing weird or if she just laughed too hard. But she does. Why? Because she cares about the impression she's making. That fidgeting? It's not random. It's a nonverbal code for, I hope he likes me back, but I'm way too shy to find out. She might avoid prolonged eye contact, not because she's aloof, but because holding your gaze makes her feel exposed, like you might see right into the feelings she's trying to keep hidden. Her voice might crack slightly when she talks to you, or she might lose her train of thought mid-sentence. This isn't a lack of confidence overall, it's a you-specific reaction. And let's not forget the classic nervous laughter. Even when you're telling a story about your trip to the dentist, she's giggling like you just delivered a Netflix comedy special. It's adorable, honestly, because behind all that jittery energy is someone who's crushing hard but doesn't think you're reading the signs. So the next time she drops her keys, bumps into a table, or giggles when you say hello, take a second look. That clumsy charm? It might just be her heart screaming, "Notice me." She compliments you thoughtfully. Now this one's sneaky, in the sweetest way possible. If a girl is giving you compliments that sound like she's been secretly studying your soul, chances are she's into you more than she's letting on. We're not talking about the generic nice shirt or cool haircut. No. When a girl likes you but believes you're not interested, her compliments tend to slip out like well-crafted love notes wrapped in casual conversation. She might say, "You have such a calming voice. It always puts me at ease." That's not a surface-level comment. That's her telling you your presence affects her on a deep level. Or maybe she says something like, "You explain things really well. I always understand things better when you talk about them." Translation? You impress her, and she's low-key in awe of how your brain works. It's the way she compliments things that most people wouldn't even notice. "You always remember the little things. That's really rare," she might say, even if you just recalled her favorite snack. Or, "You're such a good listener. It's comforting." That's her hinting that she sees you as someone emotionally reliable. These are not throwaway compliments. These are laced with intention and emotional curiosity. And here's the kicker. She's testing the waters. Thoughtful compliments are her way of putting a little bait on the hook. If you don't bite or respond in kind, she'll back off thinking, "Welp, guess he's not into me." But if you do acknowledge the compliment, maybe even return one, she'll register it as a possible green light. So if she compliments you in a way that feels oddly specific or surprisingly deep, especially if it's something you didn't even realize about yourself, take a moment. That's not just flattery. That's affection trying to tiptoe its way to your heart without spooking you. 6. She reacts to your social media posts like it's her part-time job. In the age of double taps, story reacts, and cryptic emoji replies, your social media feed has become a digital playground where romantic interest often lurks in plain sight. And if a girl likes you but thinks you're not interested, guess what? She's not sliding into your DMs yet. She's observing, interacting, consistently. Subtly, you post a random photo of your coffee and suddenly it has her heart emoji reaction. You share a meme and there she is, dropping a laughing emoji before anyone else. Post a story about your dog? "Oh, he's so cute!" She replies faster than your best friend. These aren't coincidences. This is effort. Digital breadcrumbs leading back to her real-life interest. But here's where it gets even more telling. It's not just the frequency, it's what she reacts to. If she's replying to your jokes, complimenting your creativity, or engaging with your personal milestones, she's tuned into you. Not just the social media version of you, but the real, genuine, coffee-loving, meme-sharing person behind the screen. She might not comment publicly on your shirtless beach pic, because she's not that bold, but post a quote about being misunderstood and she's reacting with a "faster than you can blink." This tells you she's not just paying attention. She's trying to find an emotional inroad, a way to gently connect without coming on too strong. And let's not forget story views. If she's always one of the first viewers, consistently, she's got that notification bell in her heart. And when she replies with something playful or supportive like, "That's so you," or "Love this vibe," it's her way of sliding into your awareness without the full-blown drama of, "Hey, I like you." Why? Because she thinks you're not interested. And social media gives her a safe space to flirt just enough to be noticed, but not so much that she risks rejection. So if you've been wondering why she's always popping up in your notifications like a digital Cupid, take the hint. That steady stream of likes and laughs? It's not random. It's attraction with a filter of caution. 7. She shows signs of jealousy. Jealousy. It's that sneaky, green-eyed monster that tends to peek out when feelings are strong but unspoken. If she likes you and thinks you don't feel the same, she might try to keep her emotions in check. But even the best poker face can slip. Here's what you might notice. She gets quiet in certain situations. If you're chatting away with another girl and notice her suddenly going quiet or fiddling with her phone like she's doing complex astrophysics, that's no coincidence. She might not say anything aloud, but her retreat into silence is often jealousy's calling card. It's basically her way of screaming internally, "Why aren't you paying attention to me?" Lighthearted teasing. That's not entirely lighthearted. Does she make sly comments like, "Oh, you must be really good friends with her," or, "Wow, you're quite the charmer, huh?" with that little tilted head and raised eyebrow? That's her version of pointing neon arrows at her unspoken feelings. It's playful on the surface, but there's a tiny sting underneath. Her mood changes in group settings. Picture this. You're all hanging out in a group, and you strike up a conversation with someone else. Suddenly, she's not engaging as much or seems slightly distracted. This isn't because she's uninterested. It's because she is. But jealousy won't allow her to compete directly. Here's the adorable part. Her moments of jealousy aren't about control or possessiveness. They stem from uncertainty. She's wondering if maybe you like someone else, and whether her feelings are doomed for the unrequited pile. The real question is, are you noticing? 8. She mirrors your actions. If imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, then mirroring is the ultimate flirtation hack. When a girl likes you but doubts your interest, she might subconsciously copy your movements, tone, or gestures. Why? Because mirroring is a natural way for humans to create connection and build rapport. Here's how it may look. Body language clues. Cross your legs. She might do the same a few moments later. Lean forward on the table during a conversation. She leans forward too. It's subtle, but when people like someone, their bodies instinctively align. It's like you're sending out unspoken "we belong" energy, and she's catching on without even realizing it. Speech patterns and phrases. Notice her using words or phrases you often say. Maybe she starts calling bad situations dodgy because you used that word once. Or she cracks up using your go-to expression, like shouting "awkward" at just the right moment. Gestures that synchronize. If you're animated when you talk, waving your hands, pointing for emphasis. Pay attention to whether her expressiveness seems to adjust as the conversation unfolds. You yawn, she yawns, and no, it's not just because yawns are contagious. Her movements are like a silent nudge, imitating the rhythm of you. Mirroring is essentially her way of saying, "Hey, we're the same," without shouting it too boldly. The more you spot it, the more invisible breadcrumb trails you'll find leading to her crush on you. And sure, while consciously mirroring your actions would be creepy, the fact that she's doing it unconsciously just makes it sweet and authentic. 9. She opens up about personal things. When a girl likes you but thinks you're not interested, she'll still crave emotional intimacy with you. That means she might start peeling back the layers of her personality, even though she's hesitant to directly point to her romantic feelings. Opening up is her way of letting her guard down and seeing how you respond. Here's how this usually plays out. She shares her life's little details. Maybe she starts telling you stories from her childhood, like the time she dyed her hair purple on a dare, or that crush she had on her math teacher in middle school. She might talk about embarrassing moments, funny family quirks, or even her hidden talents. These insights aren't random, they're intentional. They build a bridge between how she sees herself and how she wants you to see her. She confides in you about fears or dreams. Does she trust you enough to unearth her deeper thoughts, like her dream to write a novel someday, or why she's scared of trying karaoke. Opening up isn't just about showing vulnerability. It's about inviting you into her world and hoping you stick around for the tour. She talks about her feelings indirectly. Oh, don't underestimate this subtle move. She might drop hints through statements like, "Sometimes I feel like I don't have someone who really listens," or, "Do you think it's silly to want something more meaningful in life?" These little doorway comments open space for conversations that deepen connection, which is exactly what she's after. Here's the trick. This isn't about oversharing for the sake of chit-chat. These stories and confessions indicate trust, something she definitely wouldn't offer if she didn't see you as special. If a girl starts exposing her layers like some kind of human onion, take the hint. She likes you, and she's hoping you care about what's inside. 10. She looks for reassurance. Deep down, she wants to know where she stands with you, but asking directly might feel terrifying to her. Instead of being straightforward, she seeks validation through little questions or comments that test the waters. Here's how you might catch her fishing for reassurance. She questions herself casually. "Do you think I'm good at this?" is rarely an actual skills evaluation request. More often, it's her subtly showing self-doubt, or pretending to have it, just to hear you chime in with praise. If you catch her brimming with pride after some offhanded compliment from you, well, she's more interested in your validation than anyone else's. She wonders about your preferences. When she asks you general things like, "What do you think makes someone fun to be around?" Or, "Do you like when people are really outgoing?" These aren't just your average curiosity questions. She's trying to figure out if she aligns with the qualities you find appealing. She's analyzing, predicting, and hoping that what she does matches up with what you like. She seeks affirmation about your dynamic. This one's next level sneaky. Imagine her saying, "It's always easy to talk to you," or, "I feel like we understand each other, don't you think?" See what she did there? It's an indirect way of asking, "Do you like being around me as much as I like being around you?" It's adorable and clever, and if you're paying attention, it's practically screaming her interest in you. The reassurance quest isn't her being needy, by the way. It's bravery disguised as curiosity. She just wants a tiny window into your feelings so she can feel more secure about hers. Plus, each time you respond positively, you're slowly breaking down that wall of doubt she's built. Why men miss these signs? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where a girl you know suddenly says, "I liked you at one point, but you didn't seem interested," and your mind is like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, you're not alone. This happens to a lot of guys, and the truth is, it often boils down to missing subtle signs. Women can be masters of subtlety, sprinkling hints like breadcrumbs, but if you're not attuned to picking them up, it's easy to get lost in the forest. Don't worry, though. There's no reason to beat yourself up about it. Let's break down why this happens in a playful, relatable way. 1. Cultural conditioning, aka Hollywood lied to us. First things first, society has kind of trained men to expect big, bold signals when it comes to attraction. Be honest. How many rom-coms have you seen where the girl all but screams, "I'm into you," by the third act? Hollywood has given us this unrealistic idea that attraction always comes with serendipitous moments, grand gestures, or neon signs flashing "she likes you." But in real life, it's hardly that straightforward. Women are often socialized to hint at their feelings instead of outright stating them, which means guys are left looking for clues in a game they didn't know they signed up for. And if you're waiting for cinematic moments, you could miss the way she lightly brushed your arm during a conversation, or the fact that she always asks for your opinion in group settings. These are her quiet signals, but they might as well be invisible if you're not on the lookout. 2. Overthinking and self-doubt. Hello, internal monologue. Okay, so maybe deep down you think she's giving off a vibe, but then your brain goes, "Nah, she's just being nice." Sound familiar? Cue the never-ending spiral of self-doubt. Overthinking has a fantastic way of taking something as simple as a compliment, "You look nice today," and overcomplicating it. Is it friendly? Is it flirty? Is it neutral? The mental merry-go-round spins until you convince yourself it's nothing but platonic kindness. This is especially true for guys who struggle with confidence in their own romantic appeal. Questions like, "Why would she like me anyway?" Or, "If she were interested, wouldn't she be more obvious?" Create blind spots that stop you from seeing the very signs she's dropping. Trust me, women notice when you dismiss their signals, and eventually, they assume you're not interested. 3. Distractions, aka tunnel vision syndrome. Between work, hobbies, group chats, fantasy football, and keeping track of your gym gains, it's no wonder subtle flirting can fly under your radar. Life is busy, and sometimes you're just not tuned in to the romantic frequency. Women might try dropping hints by asking you personal questions or inviting you to join her for casual outings. But if your mind's preoccupied with next week's deadlines or tonight's game, you're going to miss those cues faster than a fast-forward button. This tunnel vision can make women feel like their efforts are ignored. Think about it. If she made the effort to text you first or randomly remembered you love black coffee, but you respond with a one-word thanks and no further curiosity, chances are she'll start pulling back. Women don't want to feel like they're chasing after someone who isn't paying attention. 4. Fear of misinterpretation. Nobody wants to be that guy. Here's a big one. Many men are afraid of misinterpreting women's actions and coming off as creepy or overly forward. It's a valid concern, because consent and mutual understanding are important, but it can also leave you too cautious. You see the way she laughs a little too long at your jokes, or the fact that she finds reasons to sit next to you, but part of your brain insists, what if I'm wrong? I don't want to mess this up. The result? Analysis paralysis. Instead of taking action, you retreat into neutral territory, preferring to risk nothing rather than risk rejection or embarrassment. Meanwhile, from her perspective, your lack of response feels like disinterest. And can we blame her? If you keep treating someone like a casual acquaintance, they'll eventually take it at face value.